Hello and welcome back to another episode of Entertainment Roadmap. Today I am with Kayla Manuel and we're going to talk all about her upcoming TV show. But before we get there, how are you doing today, Kayla?
Oh wow, I'm doing great. It's beautiful, beautiful sunny day in LA. The heat is definitely up.
Gosh, yeah.
I'm doing.
I'm in New Jersey, but I just got back from Florida from vacation and it was
Oh.
so hot. The heat has
Yeah,
crazy.
it's an adjustment. It's an adjustment.
It is. So, kind of jumping into the interview, can you talk a little bit about how you got started in acting?
Sure. So I want to say I started off as a dancer. So I danced for like 11 years, ballet, tap, jazz, hip hop, modern, like all of it. And when it came time to go into college, I knew that I wanted to be a well-rounded artist. So even before going to college and majoring in theater, my dad was kind of like a dance dad. So he was very much the one putting us in dance, acting conservatory. So I always had a little taste of it. But going to college, that's when it really got amplified in the training, the production. So that's when I knew like this is my thing. This is me ultimately. And then just heading more into LA. I knew when I graduated college, I wanted an agent. So that was something that I kept as a big goal. Uh, and after doing that, but I had the toggle of like getting an MFA. So I auditioned for USC MFA and got called to come back. And that's when I had like the juggle between the two. And I just chose to hit the industry head on. So yeah, that's kind of how I just got kicked off into it.
That's really cool. And I love hearing about people. I don't want to say this is the untraditional way, but you went to college for it. And you don't hear that a lot of times. Even I went to school for filmmaking, and there's
Right.
a lot of people who are like, I would never go to school for that.
Yeah.
So I really like hearing stories like yours. And what was it like pursuing a higher education in theater arts? How do you feel that it benefited you?
It changed my entire perspective. Like I knew I'm a lifelong learner, so just to even get the training, the language, for different things, like you could have a natural talent and ability, but my department sculpted that. They molded a power and a gift that I had. So in doing it, I was in a lot of productions, but it took a while. Like it took maybe my sophomore year when I really took it seriously because I was doing stuff outside of school, like a commercial with my dad, and I was kind of just doing my thing. But I really dived deeper into my department. And that's when I started to audition for the shows and the plays. And when I started to get that feedback, I'm like, I'm good at this. Like now I'm taking this as a real artist, like a true artist. So I got cast in my first like movement play, and this was in my department. And then after that, um, I kind of like really got bit by the bug and got called back for like all the shows. So I got a chance to choose between what I really wanted to do. And then I got cast in one of the shows that was like, this time I had a script. Like it was just lines. And this time I got to really tap into my power. And I had a great director and mentor, Hugh O'Gorman, who really saw what I probably didn't even see in myself. He would tell me, like, you're powerful. You're so powerful. And I'm like, I think I know that, but it's good to hear it and to apply it. So I got cast in his play for Good Boys and True, and I played Shira Moody. And that character really, I was like the only undergrad female in that cast. Everyone else was a grad student and maybe two other male undergrads like myself. But that role kicked down the doors for me.
That's amazing. And hearing about kind of the formal training you had and then how it kind of and like you said, it was your sophomore year when you started taking it so seriously. And I feel like no matter what major you're in, that's a very like normal way of life. Like your freshman year, you're just adjusting to
Oh
everything. It's a
yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
But you also had the opportunity to learn under the direction of Debbie Allen and Alvin Ailey. What was that experience like? And what's something you learned from them that you'll take with you on all your future endeavors?
Oh yeah, Miss Allen. Okay, Debbie Allen, she does not play. I did her summer intensive. So my dad, like I said, my dad was very much a dance dad. He would put me and my sister in a lot of activities. But he knew performing and dance was definitely at the top. So in studying under her, I learned more about time management. Sometimes, especially back then, I was really young. Okay, so half of it is not me, half of it is just my parents being late. But Miss Allen didn't play. I remember walking in, she was like, "You're late." And I'm like, okay, stop playing. But you need that. Like when you're younger, you need that type of training. You need someone who's gonna like see you and get you straight. And it will hold on to me forever. It's holding on to me now, even with being on set. Like I don't want to have a director, anybody trying to come for me, about time management. So not even that, but that lady, she is a gift and she knows what she's doing. And I aspire to be like her one day, having my own academy one day and training younger professionals on what it's like. I think some of us just need our hands held for a little bit on how to get there. And Miss Allen did that along with Alvin Ailey, like auditioning. That audition process was like very intense. And I was young at that time too, but to be selected, it was huge for me because like I did some of Alan Ailey's pieces, like I just one of my dance schools, but to be selected and to be chosen was huge. So I think just working and being in the space of those academies was very life changing, and I see it today.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing that you said that really stood out to me was that you one day hope to be able to teach younger artists. And I
Yeah,
think that proves that you're in this for the right reason. You genuinely love it. And I
yeah.
think that just shines through in everything you're saying and your projects. So I just wanted to point that out.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
No problem. And one other thing that's super awesome about you is we read that you have a master's degree in education as well. Why was it important to you to pursue education as well as theater arts?
Yes, thank you for that. Honestly, I come from a family of educators. So my dad is in education, cousins, all of us have really just, I've seen them work with students. I see their level of patience. And I think being exposed to that at such a young age made me want to, excuse me, do it too. I know that having a degree in theater is great. Well, it was a degree in theater, emphasis in acting, but even then, like it's very, very specific. So, like, just to be honest with you, like in the outside world, like there's still bills. There's still a lot of things, you got to get done, right? Like I like to have nice clothes, get my nails done. So like I had to figure it out and get a job that I felt like was going to help me outside of doing what I love to do. And so in 2020, I decided to go back to school and get my master's and focus more on education because I had a lot of background with working with kids, YMCA, after school programs, TA with LUSD. So I was just always working in education, but I wanted to level up in that regard. So when doing that, started it in 2020, finished in 2021, did it online because 2020, obviously it was COVID. So I had a lot of time on my hands to kind of just power through. 'Cause I had a goal, like I really had a goal. So with that master's degree, I'm now like at a charter school as a dean, kind of like assistant with the deans, and it is it's fun. It's very fun. I kind of like live two different lives, but it's something I'm really grateful for.
Well, first of all, congratulations on your master's degree. And second of all, oh my goodness, you are like a powerhouse. You're not only acting, but you're also working at a school. I went back for an education certification and
Right.
know how difficult that can be. So now I can only imagine having a second job on top of that where you're literally acting. So
Yes,
that's
you
crazy.
get it.
No problem. But What was it like seeing yourself in a Super Bowl commercial? Like one of the coolest commercials to ever be in.
Yeah, this was my first year in college when that happened. And it actually was a Father's Day campaign that I did with my dad. And there were a few girls that were on set, but they ended up choosing our scene. Uh, and that it was so fun. Like seeing it, I think Katy Perry was performing that year during the Super Bowl. I'm not sure if it happened after her performance or before, but felt like time stopped. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, this is it. And then like you just go on YouTube to kind of like find it again so you can keep rewatching it. But it was so cool. And it's something that you almost can't even explain. You gotta just go through it. But it was um it was rewarding, it was gratifying, like it made me know like I'm in this for real. It was very fun. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that I mean, because I feel like your whole life everyone hypes up those Super Bowl commercials. So
Yeah.
to finally be in one, that it just must be so surreal.
Oh yeah. It wasn't even we didn't even know it was going to be a Super Bowl commercial. That's the thing. Like it was for Dove Men Care, like a Father's Day, like, oh, just do this with your dad. And then it got picked up. And then it got picked up again. And I'm like, oh, this is serious. And then you find out, like, oh, it's gonna air. Da, da, da. I'm like, okay, then it did the playoffs. And I'm just like, okay, this is great. Just keep it coming, keep it coming. Like, let's keep going. So it was fun though.
That's awesome. And then another amazing thing you have on your resume is The Merge, where you played two characters while being the only character or the only person on screen, I believe.
Yes.
So, what was that experience like?
Yeah, I had the privilege of working with my director, who I did another short film that did wonderful during the short film award season. And this is with Phyllis Bancroft. She was my director the first time, and we always kept in touch. And I think that's another cool thing, like for actors, like keeping that line of communication still open because you never know when this director is itching to like do something else and they see that you're a perfect fit for it. So in doing it, it was supposed to be a experiment, kind of like a project for my director. And then it picked up its own legs and more people got involved in costume and makeup and it grew a life of its own. And in doing the merge, I played two characters. Her name is Elonia and the other one is Self. And it's kind of self motivating, Elonia motivating Self to get up, keep going. Like, why are you still in bed? You have a lot to live for. And Self is just very much like, I don't care. I have no purpose. I'm not feeling it today. I'm not myself. And I was so connected with that because, and I think everyone can be like, we all have those days where this is just not my day. And that's okay. But we always need just that one source of motivation, like that one source of someone that could just be like, let's go, get up, get out of your funk, wake up. So I think um, that project is still doing its thing and still winning some awards. And I'm just really grateful to have had that opportunity and to be the only person is just like all of it lands on me. So it's kind of like I can't kind of just like look to my left or look to my right. I have to step up to the plate. And so being off book and remembering those little nuances of the two different characters, like they're not the same. So it was fun. It was a challenge, but it was really fun.
That sounds awesome. And then now we can finally talk about the Wild West Chronicles. I know you're probably under wraps a little bit with it because it comes out next month, correct?
Yes.
So September, amazing. What can you tell us so far about the West Chronicles and your character, Cassie?
Yes, so Wild West Chronicles. So this is a Western period piece that is pretty much depicted in like the 1800s. And I play Cassie, who is a wife of the son of the first Black US Marshal. So yeah, in this episode, we get married, and I can't really say too much, but it definitely unfolds in a way that's very unexpected. So yeah, it's something good to see. And I'm a sucker for a Western. So
Yeah, that's so exciting, and it's gonna be on Peacock and Amazon Prime?
Yes, it streams on a few streaming
Wow,
platforms, so Amazon
that's so
Prime, Peacock, Tubi.
that's so exciting, congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
So where did Wild West Chronicles film, and what was the experience like being with the full cast?
Yes, so this was in Acton, California. So a little bit past, oh, I always get confused. I want to say past Lancaster. So it was definitely far out. And making it on that side, it wasn't too far because I'm more in the LA areas, but it still was a push. So yeah, in Acton.
Okay, really cool. And can you tell us a little bit about your brand Grounded Closet and how it came to be?
Sure. So Grounded Closet, it's definitely a wellness and fitness brand that I have where I have yoga mats and jewelry. Some of the pieces are here that help me stay grounded, whether I'm on set or doing things like with Wild West Chronicles. Like I had different pieces just along with me that kept me at peace. So that's kind of like where it got founded in me wanting to provide things that I know like make me feel good. So whether that was a yoga mat, I love yoga, even jewelry, like throughout the day, I get to look down and remind myself of who I am. So it's definitely something that I'm growing over time and looking to pour more into it because I have a lot of ideas. And I think that over time it's gonna do big things. So I'm just pacing myself and juggling all the hats that I carry and just giving it time.
So, designer, a dean with the deans at the school, and an actress. Okay, so, and you were a dancer, so many talents. Congratulations. I feel like I just keep congratulating you, but you have so much going for you right now. This is so
Leave
exciting.
it. Thank you.
Um, and then as your career prepares to take off, what are you most excited for in the world of entertainment?
Wow, honestly, I'm excited to grow. I'm excited to make more connections and make more friends. That's something that I'm really looking forward to. Like just as of like right now, today, presently, like I want to grow my network and grow like-minded actors like myself who are, on the up and coming, but have a lot to offer and maybe just need that extra push. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to doing more projects, booking more, being able to have more of those opportunities to where I'm able to maybe even be behind the screen a little bit and pour into what I'm already receiving. Yeah, that's just a little bit of kind of where I'm at today. And I feel like it could change maybe in like the next week of like what my next goal is. But I see that for myself as of today.
Well, I can already tell that you're gonna achieve all of that and go so far. So, the best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Problem. And now that we're done with our main questions, we'd like to do a little hot seat on entertainment roadmap. Are you willing to sit in the hot seat and answer some rapid fire questions?
I am.
Okay. So, what is the last TV show you binge watched?
Okay. It is Always Love is Blind. It could be Mexico, UK, USA, like
All of them.
about it. I'm crazy about it. It's Love is Blind.
And do you have a dream actor or director to work with?
Yes. There's a few. Who, Kayla, who? Does it have to be one or the other, or it could be both?
It can be both.
Yeah, okay. Actor, it would have to be Miss Viola Davis for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Director. Uh, it's between two. One has passed on, but it would be John Singleton
Okay.
and then Barry Jenkins.
Great choices. Great choices. And then, do you have a current song that you have on repeat?
It changes all the time. Okay, it's between two. It's Espresso. It's like nonstop by Sabrina Carpenter. Okay, there's one more. It's this new artist named Amaka, and her new song just dropped called Slow Rush. So I've just been looping it on repeat.
Okay, so Slow Rush, I'm gonna have to go listen to that right after, and then Espresso. I love Espresso.
Yes.
I'm such a
Yeah.
big Sabrina fan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And what is your dream car to drive?
Okay, that has changed too. It was a G-Wagon or a white Corvette.
Ooh,
So saw a Corvette yesterday. I was like, yeah, that's a nice car. Corvette, white Corvette.
those are nice. And you ever go on the world's tallest roller coaster? Are you a big roller coaster fan?
Absolutely. We have season passes, me and my boyfriend. So that's our jam. So I would do it.
Yeah. And then what is your current favorite coffee order?
I'm a tea drinker.
Okay.
But, I would drink coffee like maybe like at Crafties or like on set when I'm like trying to just kill time, like get some coffee. But tea, I would do a black tea lemonade, extra ice, 7 pumps of sweetener from Starbucks.
Those are so good. I was just drinking a black tea lemonade yesterday, and it got me from Starbucks. It got me through my whole day. I was like, I needed this.
Yeah, my mouth is watering.
Well, Kayla, thank you so much for joining us. We can't wait to get this interview out, and we can't wait to see everything you go on to accomplish. Like I said I don't think we were recording yet, but you're absolutely stunning. You have such a bright future ahead of you. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so grateful. Thank you.